doing a countdown? No countdown?
No.
You think
we
you
record?
Go.
Hey, welcome back, family, to an episode of Uncensored Mics. We got my man T'Challa in the building.
Yep.
We got DA in the building.
Yep.
We got Nori in the building.
Yep.
And we proved Eggy a sick day today. How y'all guys doing?
Hey, we living.
We living?
Doing good.
Everybody straight?
Another day, another dollar, man.
Hey, so let me ask y'all something about what y'all think about this George Floyd trial. You think this guy gonna get off or what?
You do?
Yeah, I think so.
How you think? Because they've already had a couple different people testify that the autopsy, from the autopsy report, that he died of, it was homicide, and then somebody else ruled that it was asphyxiation, which means he was choked out. So how do you beat that? Like there's literally like no way
to beat that. But they threw the doubt in there when they talking about the fentanyl or whatever, messed up his lungs or could have called. You know what I'm saying? So that doubt that they throw in there, that little bit of doubt
but
is
really
going to be just
doubt?
enough. Not really. We know. We all really know why he died. If Floyd would have went home just high off of the pills he took, he would have went to sleep and woke up and been fine and still alive right now today. So we know Buddy having his fucking knee on his neck was the cause. We all know that, but they're gonna throw that little doubt. Well, if the drug played a part in,
you could have had a healthy person in that position and still would have died.
Yeah,
I just don't get, like, how do you get around the fact that for 9 minutes you had your knee on someone's throat? Like, I don't get how you just can, like, get around that.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, I don't give a fuck how you try to explain it. Like, I don't give a fuck what I had in my system. Mm-hmm. Yes, granted, if I had whatever in my system, whatever I had, how do you still get around the fact that for 9 minutes you had your knee on my neck and I couldn't breathe? Mm-hmm. Like, what fucking part did that play?
And not only that, whenever a black man is killed, and they killed unprovokingly, they always try to say drugs was in their system. That's why. Even with Trayvon Martin. Remember when Trayvon Martin was killed? They say, oh, he had marijuana in his system.
Well, the girlfriend said they did do drugs.
No, but what I'm saying is they always try to bring in drug use and stuff, which has nothing to do with them being killed. If you drink a beer and you got alcohol in your system, do you deserve to die?
Hell no.
If you smoke a blunt and you got weed in your system, do you deserve to die?
Nope.
So that person using drugs, that's not on trial. That have nothing to do with it. What we talking about is this guy kneeling on this guy's neck until he die.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and I think that's what they're always going to do when you're trying to, like, paint a picture. But then that's just up to the prosecutor to not let that shit fly. That's when it comes down to a prosecutor being a good fucking prosecutor and, drawing lines and, George Floyd isn't on trial here and stuff like that. That's where it comes up to the prosecutor. Mm-hmm. The prosecutor, do your fucking job. Do your fucking job. Yes, it don't matter what was in this fucking system. That's when you bring in the medical examiners to say, yes, he did have blank in his system, but no, it wasn't the cause of death. And when you bring in two, that only hammers that fact home. Like, when you bring in one, it could be poked around. It could be, poked, prodded, holes put into it. But when you bring in two that testify the same thing, it's hard. It's very hard to say both of them are wrong. One, you can kind of, dance around it. But when two say that, I don't see how you dance around it. And then
you got to look, too. That cop, I keep avoiding to say his name anyway, because I don't want to say his name. But he would truly get a jury of his peers compared to if one of us was on a trial. We won't get a jury of our peers. So all it takes is reasonable doubt from one to either give a hung jury or a group of them, the foreman of the jury, to convince the other ones to say not guilty or whatever. Because it all boils down to what the jury say. And the judge ain't gonna the judge can't overrule it, but the judge not.
I just don't see how you.
Common sense tell all of us that this is an open and shut case.
Matter of fact,
open and shut.
if you the prosecutor, just show the video.
Oh, it's over.
or just have him lay down there and then
let them lay on
kneel on his neck for 9
Yep.
minutes. And
Since he don't think that's what killed him, let us do it to you.
And then somebody was like, "Yo, for closing arguments, the prosecutor should make his closing argument, but for the first 9 minutes and whatever, he shouldn't say anything. And then after that 9 minutes and however long it was, say that silence that you just witnessed was how long he had his people get into a fight and be like, man, that was 3 minutes. That felt like 30.
Yeah.
So think about if you in a room and it's quiet for like 10 minutes and that was a long fucking time.
You're going to get uncomfortable
After a while.
After 30 seconds, probably. You know what I'm saying?
So now when you say that's how long he had his knee on that man's neck, think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's crazy.
So I just, yes, we. How many times have we seen, law enforcement, white people, weasel their way out of this, but I just don't see how he gets out of this. I just don't. And I've said that before. I said that about Casey Anthony. I said that about George Zimmerman. That Amber Geiger chick. She got out of it, but she really did it. 5 years she got out of it, or however much time she got.
she'll be getting out soon on good behavior.
Yeah.
So she got out of it. So I just don't see how the other dudes. I think they get off. I think they just get charged with accessory. They get hit with not anything. But I think he should get life with with no parole, man.
And that's the thing. Like, given our background, right? You see something. You that person who does that in that situation, working at the factory, you done.
Yeah. Done. Right
No
away.
ifs, ands, or buts. You done, and you going to jail. Period. Point blank.
But even with Rodney King with that video, if I were to see that today, I would be like, man, I don't know how they beat that, and they beat it.
Yeah.
So even then, I would be like, man, watching that video, I don't see how they get away with that.
But you know what? They using the same. They use the same defense in Rodney King as they using now. They turned it on the victim
And put him on trial.
Yeah, he was on drugs. The same thing they said about Rodney King. He was high on drugs. Same thing they saying about who we talking about?
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Same thing they saying about him.
But they dropped it to third degree.
Yeah, the
murder.
judge brought it back. Yeah, he put the third degree back in. Yeah. So you already know which way it's going. Let's say even if he do get convicted, it's gonna be the lesser sentence than what it should be. That's what they board. They already on board.
So what's the I know we'll probably have to look it up to see what's the minimum and maximum sentence of third degree murder in Indianapolis,
Minnesota.
in Minnesota. To see if they'll be able to say let's say the minimum is 5 years and they could be like, oh, we'll give him credit for time served here and stuff because they always find a way or a loophole to where they're not locked up for a long period of time if they get prison time.
Would likely a guidelines for someone with no prior conviction like Chauvin, a second and third degree murder conviction would likely carry a sentence of 12 and a half years each and 4 years for manslaughter. So it depends on how they stack them too. Like we could do them shits all concurrent, which you want to do, or consecutive, I think. But you want them to 12 and a half of this, 12 and a half of that for a total of whatever.
And what did they all charge? What did they charge him with?
Second and third degree murder.
And that's
and
it.
Manslaughter.
And manslaughter. Mm-hmm. So they'll find him not guilty on the 2 murders and then find him guilty on the manslaughter.
For
which would give him a lesser sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's facing a second degree unintentional felony murder, third degree depraved mind murder, and second degree manslaughter. So
I think they're gonna throw out those other 2 and then find him probably guilty on manslaughter. Mm-hmm. They'll probably give him time served for whatever time he was in there. They'll tell him he probably have to serve 22 months and then serve the rest on probation. with good behavior.
Mm-hmm. That sound good to me. like that's probably what's gonna happen. And shit gonna be crazy. Shit, like you said, they boarding stuff up. Yeah, them Rodney King riots, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I mean, if they gonna riot and tear stuff up, this time don't tear up your own neighborhood. Go across the track to their neighborhood, tear their stuff up.
The maximum sentence is for the second degree murder is 40, 25 years for the third degree, and 10 years for the manslaughter. Those are the maximums. So let's say he get the manslaughter, the maximum he can get is 10. Which that's up to the judge. So
they don't hand out maximums to them.
Well, I'm just saying.
He'll probably do 5 like the chick did.
Yeah, they gonna hand out the minimum. They hand out the bare minimum.
No matter what they do, he might not walk away scot free. They gonna give him something like what you said, which isn't gonna be
Slap
justice.
on the wrist.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's gonna be some shit, y'all. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking at it on TV like, wow. They're gonna be, it's gonna be some stuff, man.
Then I'm interested how they play out that, Ahmaud Arbery trial. Like, what do you do for a dude that seemingly has, I think they say he was arrested, but I mean, shit, a lot of people have been arrested. How do they play that out? Because with these guys, you don't give them, they law enforcement and they good guys and they,
Hey, but this is Georgia.
Yeah.
This is Georgia.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, man. When is that supposed to start?
I haven't heard,
Aubrey.
but it should be soon because
Yeah,
I
it
thought
should
that
be.
was before George Floyd.
Yeah.
It was.
Yep.
So the legal system, they can push it back. Same thing with the white boy with the rifle. How he gonna get out of that?
Yeah. And it's crazy because all these should be happening back to back. The trials.
That's crazy.
Floyd
that they
first,
did, yeah.
then Aubrey maybe shortly after. And it's gonna be like, yo,
Ahmaud Arbery happened first, then George Floyd, then the White Rittenhouse happened because of George Floyd. So yeah, that shit happened all back to back.
So these trials gonna be back to back. I said, I don't know.
And they said that Rittenhouse kid already done left the state or something like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
hear
he
that.
on probation?
But he left.
Not probation, but he's on out on parole, right?
Oh yeah, parole.
Oh, you can't leave the state.
Yeah, he left. They had him on video, I guess, drinking and not doing all this other stuff with these groups that he been hanging with or whatever. So it's crazy, man. How the law pertain to certain people and other people just can do what they want to do. So
It don't make no sense.
Well,
We'll see how it goes.
The system was always built to favor a certain people.
Yeah.
So it was built to favor the rich, and then if you weren't rich, then you had to be of a certain look. So
But why is it? Excuse me. Why is it those certain people? We all know who we talking about, the rich, or whatever, the white, whatever. Why do they not admit it that they see it too? I mean, you're not
Privilege.
blind. I know. Even if you know you got that privilege, I have. You rarely see a white person say, "Yeah, I know we got white privilege," and I know they just won't admit it. They just act like it doesn't exist to them.
It's some that do. It's some that do.
You know some that do
Oh,
that
yeah,
will
yeah,
admit it.
yeah. I know some superstars.
Yeah.
My daughter, who's one of my daughters who's mixed, she admitted she
can
admitted
tell the
it.
difference.
But it's some people that do admit it, but it's the ones that don't. Like this is the reason why for this, that, and the other. Like you said, why don't you admit it?
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that you're guilty
You're the
of it.
reason, you're the cause of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Just say
It's there.
It's there.
and then you have I think you have a lot of examples to where you could say, the chick from Full House. Like, how'd you get just that for what you did? You were literally, like paying to get your kids into school. So like you have a shining example of that. Damn, okay, what's her name? Casey Anthony. How the fuck did you beat that? That's a shining example of that. George Zimmerman. How the fuck did you beat that? That's a shining example.
Yeah.
So I think it's too many shining examples that stick out for you to be like, all right, I can't say that we don't benefit from it. Maybe you haven't personally, but it's too many examples to say, oh man, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what they're scared of admitting. And I mean, not to say you may not be for it, you may not be down with it or whatever, but you can at least admit that yeah, we've caught some breaks that probably people of color, whether you be Mexican, Asian, Middle Eastern, you wouldn't catch those same breaks. So
Not at all.
Hey, speaking of, you said Asian. What do y'all think about this Asian hate
That's been going on.
that everybody been jumping on the Asian hate bandwagon?
I
Stop Asian hate.
Listen, I made the comment that I need to correct a little bit. I think we spoke on this episode or two ago, and I was like, when the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff was going on, you didn't see the Asian community stepping up. Then I just went and researched. Lately, the Asian community have jumped on board and stepped up with us on the Black Lives Matter, and then now all this Asian hate videos. So it's like anybody that try to unify with us, they try to alienate us and divide it. Because we can also pull up videos where Asians and stuff in Korea was, over in their countries was beating up Africans, chopping them up with machetes and stuff like that. And we know just from some businesses in our communities of how we're treated as blacks when we go into their stores and stuff like that. So
I saw a video where an Asian dude he called the cops. I think he called the cops on these kids.
Yep.
And I was like, he said they had a gun. All these fucking cops showed up. And the white dude was like, well, who called the police? He was like, he was like, no, who called the police? What? Well, I did. Well, who said they had a gun? And he was like, and the cop was like, yo, bro, you don't see all these cops lining this street because we thought you said a black guy had a gun?
Yeah.
And he was like, who the fuck called the police? And the
Cop was hot.
yeah, and the kids were laughing, but I was thinking like, yo, does this Asian couple know how fast that fucking could have went left? If these cops showed up and didn't want to ask no questions?
Yeah. Because it happens all the time.
Yeah. Bro,
most of the time it
and then he
happens
sat up there and denied that he said the shit. Like he don't remember saying, these kids had a gun.
it's a good thing they recorded them,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, they recorded him. But if these cops would have showed up and asked no questions,
Like they normally do.
they would have blown these kids' head off
Yep.
over a lie.
Hey, and kudos to that unit for having the common sense to investigate and find out what was going on, as opposed to like DA said.
And
They
these,
normally
these
come
were some
in-
white cops,
Yep,
so they
white
have nothing to
cops.
do with race.
Yep,
He was
nothing.
just like, yo,
Yep.
you stupid motherfuckers,
Yeah.
call these call. And we came here deep, lying the whole fucking neighborhood.
Yep.
So,
And that's where it failed to happen 9 times out of 10. Dealing with law enforcement and when the police get called, especially on black people, they fail to investigate. I just watched the video, and I know we jumping all around this stuff now, but it was in L.A. I think it happened a year or two ago, where the girlfriend called the cops on her boyfriend for a domestic issue. This black guy was outside taking out his trash. He pulled up, and you can hear the police say, well, I don't know if that's him or not. They don't have a description, right? But it didn't stop them from jumping out of their car, cuffing the guy, and he was like, what's going on? He was like, they was talking to him, and he was like, yo, he like, what's going on? I'm not who you looking for. He was like, yeah, we gonna find out, this just what I always say. You know how the same jargon that they always give. And roughing this dude up, and he's yelling for his girlfriend, who happened to be white. She gets out of the shower in a robe and tell them, hey, y'all got the wrong guy. They disrobed her and took both of them to jail. And the girl, and the matter of fact, the lady, they was 3 blocks away from where the incident happened. The lady from I guess she called at a restaurant. I guess she walks down the street and see that they got this guy in handcuffs and stuff, and she tells them, y'all got the wrong guy. The woman who called the cops. But it didn't matter. Because now they was all fixed on, hey, this the guy, even though they didn't have a description. And I think the guy they was looking for, at the end of the day, was a white guy.
Wow.
But the black guy ended up going to jail for domestic. Like, how did that... Common sense, man. You got in... Like I said earlier, kudos to those cops in that earlier situation that DA was talking about, to where these cops, they investigated. the cops with this incident that
Coulda
I'm
went
telling you
left.
about, yeah, it could have went left. But they investigated what was going on. These cops with the guy in L.A. did not. Because if you did, you would have known that one was white, the guy you're looking for is white, and this guy that you're apprehending is black.
Let me ask something. I feel as though, and I may be naive in pointing this out, but like Mel said earlier, like we've gone into Asian communities and been looked down upon. You walk into a store and they watch us. I watched a video where a woman walked into like a store and didn't steal nothing, but they was accusing her of stealing some shit and beating on her and whooping on her.
Mm-hmm.
So I get, but like, man, Asians they haven't treated us with the most kindness either. But it's like we as black people, we're always so embracing of people who
And forgiving
of people who ain't always did right by us. So I mean, sometimes I take issue with that because it's like, man, y'all want us to be like, boom, 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 and look out for y'all calls, but like y'all ain't treated us with the most kindness either. When you like, it's documented how Asians don't really fuck with black people, you know. So I mean, I show compassion for anybody. They deserve that. They deserve compassion and respect. They don't deserve what they've been getting. But to act like, you know, Asians have always, you know, stood by us and looked out for the same issues, that'd be false. But hopefully they seeing now, like, man, we ain't the enemy. We ain't the enemy. So, you know.
You said hopefully, DA. It's the same way with white people. Hopefully they would see that. But how long that's been going on?
We ain't the enemies. Yeah.
We ain't the enemy. But let them tell it. We the worst thing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? We lazy. We thugs. We murderers. We this. We that. But no, it's the stuff y'all do to us. You know. So, like DA said, hopefully they see that we're not the enemy. But I ain't holding my breath on that one.
Yeah.
So did any of y'all see the video of the I guess he a lieutenant in the military that was on social media?
Oh, the black dude.
And you know, there's a few people I know that commented on it that's like pro law enforcement. Like in their eyes, law enforcement can do no wrong. Even when they wrong, they right. That was like, they was making comments like, oh, he just should have complied. They gave him lawful orders, so he should have just listened to the lawful orders. And they want to see the video before it turned on to see what happened to cause them to respond like that. But what my argument is, you don't need to, because the cop said himself when the guy asked, what is all this for? He said a traffic violation. So if it was more than a traffic violation, he would have been like, because you ran, you know, you led us on a chase, you did this, you did that. So, you know what? I don't know if y'all seen the video, but, you know, what's y'all take on it? And y'all take on some of the comments.
The lieutenant was what?
A black guy.
That's it. And he was in uniform.
He was in
uniform. You know what I'm saying?
They pepper sprayed him.
Now, with mine, I done had dealings with the police. Nothing bad, but I done got pulled over for speeding or whatever. Never been in a situation like that to where gun have been drawn and stuff like that. And I've been speeding, like, but I don't know, maybe it's just the cops who pulled me over. I don't know. But this situation, the number one, they give you a bunch of commands with the gun drawn. Me as a black man, I don't want to make no kind of move that where you're gonna say I did this and this the reason why you shot me. Because at the end of the day, if I'm dead, I can't, you know, have my day in court to say what I think or what I felt was going on. So it was no reason for them to have their gun drawn, especially over. You couldn't even give the reason why you pulled them over, because normally you get pulled over and the cop will tell you before you even ask. I pull you over for doing 65 and 35. The first thing they tell you, then they ask for your license and registration. But if you can articulate why you pulled them over, now in my mind I'm thinking something's going on. Something is funny here.
And not only that, what I told one of the people is that video is not a video of somebody recording on the phone. That's from one of the cops' body cams. So that means if you want to see what happened before that, the cop should have had his body cam on from the beginning. So
If they was chasing him.
So why turn your body cam on once you start giving commands? You know, so in order for you to see what happened before that, you have to request the whole body cam, and I guarantee you the cop body cam wasn't on.
And the dash cam.
Yeah, man. The video is it's troubling from the fact that I mean, maybe let's give the cops, law enforcement, benefit of the doubt and say, oh, you made a mistake. Okay, he was a black guy. Okay, we're looking for a black guy. But then, you know, most law enforcement tend to show a little respect when they see guys in uniform, like whether that be military. If I was a cop and get pulled over and I'm in uniform, you think they show you a little more respect than they would any regular guy in just regular civilian clothes. So if that's what stood out to me. It's like, yo, this man is in like uniform, and normally he could have did what they say he did, even though he didn't. But you at least show him a little grace, and that was the part that stuck out to me. Like, hey man, that's just, you know, I think it's, if anything, the bad cops, they kind of make it hard to root for the good ones, man, because there are good ones,
and them cops would be the main cops that'll be like, if you kneeling, you disrespecting the flag in the military.
Yeah, so the bad ones, like on occasion like this, they make it hard, man. They make it hard to like I want to root for those guys, because I have no problem with law enforcement. I've been stopped for bullshit before, and you know, I ain't never looked at it. You know, I moved out to Lake County, and I've been stopped more in Lake County than I've ever been stopped in Orange County. And I didn't take it personal. It was just like, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, that was a little troubling to see that, you know. So that was a little troubling.
Yeah, I didn't see the video yet, man. I saw it was posted, actually. I'm gonna look at it though, but I just saw the very beginning of it, and then I got sidetracked and I didn't get to see it, so I can't even. But you know, like you said, I'm kind of like DA, man. Usually, you supposed to, you know, show respect to, you know, veterans or people serving and stuff. So them having a uniform on and not.
Think you give him a little leeway.
Yeah, little leeway. Like you said, he still could have been in the wrong or doing something bad, which he wasn't. But you know, I'm gonna look at the video and check it out. But I mean, I ain't surprised. Stuff like that, it really don't surprise me, man. That's just the way it is, man. This is America, like I always say. So that's the way things go on in America, man. You know.
Yep, sadly but true.
So I know last time we recorded, Eggy was supposed to go get his shot, but did any of y'all change y'all mind about getting a shot?
Change it,
Not
man.
me.
You really got a G?
Nah, I said not me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Man. I'm straight.
It was some lawyer chick that was an analyst for lawyer female. It was an analyst for
That passed away? The one that passed
They
away?
got the
other
shot.
day?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she was. I don't know if she had got a second shot yet, because I know she got the first one on like March 1st. Yeah, and then she posted. She tweeted about it, and then that they know they said she died of unknown death, unknown circumstance or whatever, something like that. Which is,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, for everybody who got it, you know, hopefully everything go well,
Yeah.
finger crossed,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I'm not taking no chances, man.
Me neither, man. I know.
So what are they switching to it in order for you to go into restaurants and places that you have to have?
I won't go.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I won't go.
I won't go. They gonna try to make it. I don't know, man.
I mean,
feel
if
like
you-
they gonna try
if
to
you-
make it mandatory for a lot of things if you want to do certain things.
I could
but-
definitely see them saying like, yo, you gotta have a vaccine card. You gotta,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Hey,
for you to sit down
Mm-hmm.
and eat. So
guess I'll become even more of a homebody.
Top
Hey,
shelf.
home
cook-
cooking is better anyway.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
cook-
definitely.
Cook,
nah.
hey, start growing my own food. Back
Yeah,
there.
right.
You see, they
back.
already did it with the travel.
Yeah.
Now
I
you
know.
can go places if you got the
Yep.
and talking about people carrying around this shot card or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
to show that you've been vaccinated.
I know.
But Isn't that a violation of
HIPAA.
yeah?
Yeah, I'll buy mine bootleg anyway.
I know they selling them bootleg. Hey,
Sell what bootleg?
them cards.
Oh, they do?
Vaccine cards. Yeah,
Hey,
the
yo,
people
I-
been selling them
hey,
online.
hey,
$150.
Hey, sign me up for that.
They say they look legit. You can't even tell the difference. But
Hey man, last time I bought some off the internet that was supposed to help me out, man, my shit wouldn't get right for a week, man.
yeah,
But nah, I heard people saying like they are selling,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
fake cards.
vaccination cards. Yeah,
So,
it's crazy, man.
but I mean, I think everybody has a right to be scared though. Like for something that was put out like so fast, like I really do understand the trepidation and the hesitation for people to be like, yeah, I might want to wait a bit. And I don't blame anybody for that because I understand it. Like the last time they told some black people to line up for a fucking vaccination, it ain't go too well. So I truly do understand people's hesitation with, I mean, white, black, this ain't even a race thing. You got a lot of white people who are don't believe in vaccinations for like when it comes to kids. You know, how many parents say no to vaccinations for kids? I forgot who it was. I think it was either Nicolas Cage. I think it was John Travolta. He could have got his son like a shot or something to keep him alive or something like that. And due to his religion, I think he's a Scientologist. He believes in Scientology. He was like, no. So there's a bunch of people who really don't believe in vaccinations and stuff like that. So I understand the hesitation, man. You know, speaking for myself, I've never gotten a flu shot. I've never, when my son was young, I got him what he needed to get, because I'm not really on that side of, I mean, if the doctors, normally you'd be like, oh, if the doctors say do it, then, you do it. But maybe that's following a little bit too blindly. But, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to get it. I think maybe. But right now, I just don't want to be the first in line. So,
Especially this, it's too quick. Like, it's a vaccination that
they came up with it. They came up with it fast.
Too quick.
Ask me 10 years from now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We'll go from there.
yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass until they, work the kinks out, and then I'll be on board.
Because even they put like out an article saying that one of the shots have been proven that you won't be able to catch it for up to 6 months, and then another one put out that you can still catch it, but your symptoms won't be as severe. So it's like, if it's a vaccine, shouldn't it be preventing me from catching it at all?
But isn't the vaccine just a strand of what they? So you getting it? You're getting that virus, and your body is building up an immune to it, which your body does naturally anyway. So why do I need to get sick from this virus?
And viruses mutate so much.
Yeah. So exactly.
Every strand is gonna be, it may be this way this year, and then next year is a whole different strand out because it's mutated.
I put this. I posted this meme that said, "Funny how we were raised not to be peer pressured into taking experimental drugs, and now we're being peer pressured into taking experimental drugs." Like, no, I'm good. I'll pass on it.
Me too.
So, sports. What y'all got on sports? Anything?
Nothing other than the draft coming up. That's a few.
Draft at the end of the month.
Few weeks. Hey, we got a Carolina. You like? What you think about Sam Darnold?
Yeah, man. We got him as our probably going to be our starting quarterback, man. At first, I felt kind of funny about it, but then, I looked up some stuff, talked to some Jet fans who've seen him play every game, basically that he's played thus far. They say he got the tools, he just didn't have the weapons, and we know the Jets been terrible the last few years. So they didn't surround him with any weapons. The coaching staff over there wasn't nothing. So he was in a bad situation. So coming to us, I like our coach. We definitely have some weapons. We got McCaffrey, we got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. We still held on to our 8th pick, who may be another offensive weapon that we may take, a receiver. I'm reading that Pitts dude, about football. If that Pitts dude is available.
Good,
yeah. that Pitts dude from Florida, if he's available, they saying we might take him. He might be off the board, but so I mean, yeah, Darnold definitely have some weapons, man. So he can do some things. We'll see, man. I don't know, man.
He won't have no excuses, though.
Yeah, he won't have no excuses. I'm on the fence about him. Like I see how he does the first few games, and then I go from there. So right now, I'm good with it, man. I feel like we didn't give up a whole hell of a lot. Just a second rounder, 6th rounder, and the 4th rounder. So we held on to our first round pick this year. I felt good about that. So, we'll see, man. Fresh start might be what he needed. When he came out in that draft that year, they predicted him to be the best quarterback in that draft. Now, Lamar done won an MVP. Baker looked like he might be
Josh
the
Allen.
real deal. Yeah, Josh Allen is looking like a stud. So, I mean, yeah, he might not be the best out that draft. He got a long way to go already to catch up to them other guys that's been balling so far these past 3 years, but 2 or 3 years. But we'll see, man. If he just come out and be, just do his thing, don't turn the ball over, man, run the offense, move. Hand the ball off to number 22, pass the ball to number 22. That's going to help him out a lot.
He got weapons, though.
Yeah, he got weapons. So, I mean, I think he coming to a good situation, man. Offensive coordinator, I like what he did last year with what we had.
The young kid.
Brady.
Yeah.
From
Joe, right?
Yeah, Joe Brady from LSU, I guess he was at.
Yeah, he was at
before he
LSU
came to
with
us.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he was there with Burrow. So, man, I feel good. I think, man, we'll see, man. I wanted Deshaun, but we already talked about that in the past. Deshaun situation effed it up for us even thinking about getting him now. So I guess option number 2 was this trade they decided to make for Darnold. So we'll see how it turned out, man.
You think they get rid of Teddy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that too, man. Teddy's definitely out of there, because when we was talking about Deshaun, Teddy already felt some kind of way, unfollowed us. So I think that relationship is, unfollowed us on Twitter and IG. So I think that relationship is over. And now they brought this guy in, hoping he could be the franchise quarterback eventually. So, Teddy probably like, it's time for me to move on, So I think he's out of there.
If it works out, it work out. If it don't, we didn't give up shit.
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
how
really
I feel.
give up shit to
That's
get
how
you.
I feel. Exactly, that's how I feel. If he turned out to be a bust and he's trash or stay hurt, I'd be like, damn, well, we ain't give up much. All right, back to the drawing board at quarterback, and we'll draft or trade or whatever, free agency. But we'll see, man. I give him a fair shot. So we'll see, man. I hope. Keep my fingers crossed that he the real deal, though.
All right, switching up from sports. I know I gotta take my test, but Nori recently got certified as a licensed realtor.
Yo.
So we plug in Nori right now.
Oh yeah.
Anybody want to buy a house?
Looking to buy or sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy or sell. Hit Nori up. But
Yeah.
what's your take on this current housing market? Is it because I'm hearing some people say it's good to buy now, some people saying no, it's not good to buy now. So what's your take on it?
Right now, well, I guess the interest rates are real low right now. They said it was the lowest in history. I think it's
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying now. But yeah, I guess it's really just right now it's kind of jumping a little bit, man. I know a few people that done put their house up for sale. 3 days later, they got 15 offers on it. You know what I'm saying? So right now,
But my thing from looking at it, and I know I haven't gotten my license yet,
Yeah,
but
you
I still been
soon.
looking into it because I
Yeah.
own properties
Yeah.
too. The interest rate is low. But the prices are high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are you really getting a good deal when the prices are are moderate to low and the interest rates are low? That's when the best time it is
Yeah,
to
that's
buy.
the best time to buy. Yeah.
But right now you got houses. You got houses that people purchased 2 years ago at $280,000, and now people putting them on the market $350, $360, $370, and we were in a pandemic. There's no way that house gained value like that. Over the course of a year and a half. There's no way. And and that's how they baiting y'all into purchasing by saying, okay, the interest rate low. But I'll be paying forever, even with a low interest rate. The price.
Yeah.
The
Price is up there. Yeah.
the price is not. It don't balance out. So what would you say for people who's not buying into the hype?
Not buying into the hype as far as
as
that low interest
jumping
rate.
and
Yeah,
buying
jumping.
off of just the low interest rate.
Yeah.
Not paying attention to the price, just jumping off the interest rate.
rate alone.
You know the interest rate may be low, but you still $1,800, $2,000 a month mortgage.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Well, I say not just with buying a home, with anything, man, you need to do your research, 100% research. Check out the pros and the cons, find out everything you need to know, and then just take it from there. Don't jump into any decision without fully knowing that, this I can handle this financially or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people kind of, wanna own their home. Like DA bought his last year, and that was a good thing. We all, gave him much props for that. But a lot of people, they get to a certain age and then they're like, okay, then I'm still renting. I'm, throwing away money, so to speak. Some people feel that way, and you want that ownership, but to own a home, your own home. But I mean, you don't want to put yourself into a bind where a couple years from now you lose that home, which happens kind of a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know as far as this pandemic, if it's going to come around and get worse again and people going to be out of job or lose hours or lose money. So, you just got to make sure, and we never know, we can't predict anything crazy happening, who knows. But I would just say, just don't get into nothing just because you feel like it's a good deal right now at this time. Like you say, that interest rate may draw some people in and they may jump the gun. But like you said, you gotta do your research and know everything. You gotta speak to someone who financially know and is gonna tell you what to do in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? And then just before you even make that move, I spoke with DA earlier. I said, before you even make that move, I done ran into a couple people that just their credit just wasn't right just yet. They might be close to it, but when it comes to it, just make sure you got your stuff right too, as far as your credit and stuff. If you don't got it right, it's people and places you can go to help you get it right.
So what's they looking for as far as your credit score?
Man, they maybe about well, it depends really, about but 640, 640-ish is probably where you want to be. If you there, things can happen. You can work with people, loan officers or whatever, they'll work with you. Now, some people might be close to that 640, maybe right under it, 630, whatever, 620. The loan officer, if you got a good loan officer, they'll give you an action plan or something. Say, hey, okay, you just this far away, do this, and this. This should take 2 months, come back, you'll be at the 640 or 650. You'll be where you need to be. So, if you got a good person that can refer you to a good loan officer, usually, like I said, they give you the action plan or whatever. So, and then you just take it from there, man. Just take little steps, or just before you even go to a loan officer or a realtor, just go through I don't know any, but you can go through a firm or something like that can help you get your credit right. And then you'll know what your credit is before you even go to the table to try to make a deal or try to look for housing or get the finances right for that. So I'm just getting in the game now, so I got a lot to learn and a lot that I still need to know. But I do have a coach and a mentor who I've been going on kind of open houses and other little transactions she's been doing. So I'm learning little bit by little. I'm shadowing, but if anybody is looking for to sell or buy a home, holla at me. Like I said, I'm working with a team of people at La Rosa Realty. I'm gonna throw that out there real quick. And I'm trying to make some moves, man. Just doing a little something on the side. This is something that kind of caught my interest a few years ago. I thought about doing this maybe 8-10 years ago, but then I was like, nah, I don't got the time for it. But like I said, it caught my interest, and now I'm in it. So I'm just learning little by little. But I plan on pursuing this as a second career when I retire in a few years. So
give me your contact information so they'll know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah. Contact info is Norris Gullick 2005 at yahoo.com. You can holler at me. That's my email. Just get at me that way. Norris Gullick 2005 at yahoo.com. You can just go on there, contact me if you just want to some questions. If I don't know it, I'll ask my mentor She knows everything. She's been doing it for almost 20 years. So, you know, I'll reach out to her or some other people that I know that's realtors, and we get your questions answered, and I'll lead you in the right direction. If I can help you out, I help you. If I can't, like I said, I'll refer you to somebody who can.
So I do have a question. With the whole process, you know, seeing where we at with the factory, did you think it was a total 180? Of course, it's different, but like, did you feel as though what you needed to do to be successful in that, or what finding out what you need to do, is it like something that's totally different or different than you thought it would have been? To like, because like doing that, man, it's more like being charismatic and charming and being a people person. And for me, I couldn't do that because I'm not like you want to fucking buy the house or not?
Yeah. I feel you.
but being a realtor, it is. You're selling something.
You're selling.
So even if I go to you and I might be on the fence about that, if you sell that motherfucker to me right, I'll be like, yeah, that's it. This it. So how is that coming with just, you know, learning people and learning different tricks of the trade to you know, sell people something, because you know that's the line of business you're in now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, I already realize now, being a realtor takes patience, a lot of patience, because like you said, you can go show somebody 10 houses and they can say, no, I don't like none of these shits, and you be like, damn, I don't know, gas, time,
or take me back to the first one.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. You're like, yo,
or their you see TV shows where they're nitpicking these smallest shit,
things.
But you can't really be mad at them because
it's their money.
It's their money. And it's their house. Like if they want, what did somebody say? Like I was watching this show on you pick like 3 different houses.
I know this show you're talking about.
And the woman was like, I need it like this.
Yeah,
and I'm looking like,
yeah,
you really gonna say no because of that?
That little thing?
And it was super small. It was super small. The woman was like, I want like all white cabinets. So this house is a no. But I'm like, I mean, well, you could do that on your own. But it was just like super small shit like that,
and
to where she was saying no.
Yeah.
And it was just like, as a realtor, it'd be like, motherfucker, like really?
Yeah.
Really? So
yeah. See,
know.
I know, and a lot of people are like that, but
bitch.
Like the guy who kind of put it in my head, he was like, man, you can do the realtor thing because he did it, but then he said he did it for a short time, and then he said he got fed up because he was going out with people showing him stuff, and they give him the runaround, and then he felt like he wasted time, and then they wouldn't buy, blah blah blah. So he said he gave it up. So like I said, you gotta have the patience, man, and just know when you go out and show people stuff, just don't expect, okay, I got a potential client, they're gonna be buying from me. Just say, hey, yo, I'm going to go out and give them what they need, show them what they want. If they buy, it was meant to be. If not, okay. But it's all good. Don't feel no kind of way because, hey, they didn't buy from you, but they'll refer this guy, their brother or their sister or their coworker to you who may buy a year from now. So you got to look at it like that. If I didn't sell to them, if I still was professional with them and still gave them the best, down the road, they're gonna refer me. Yeah. So you got to kind of look at it like that, you know, even though, like you said, the patience, you might feel like you're wasting your time. I showed you this many houses and it's not working or whatever, or, you know, stuff like that. So, man, that's how I'm going into it, man. I'm looking, of course, you know, another side revenue, another stream of revenue for me. But then I'm also looking to help people out because, like I said, I know the feeling that, you know, me and my wife felt when we got our first house. It's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't your first house, just to buy something that's yours and have ownership, it's a good feeling. So I kind of want to help people out in that aspect too, man. So it's not only about making money, but it's about helping people out. And especially if it's people that's I know personally or acquaintances or whatever, you know, I want to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, owning a home is a big deal. It's a big deal. So, so I got into it for that reason too, man, just to help people, you know, help family, friends, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So,
hey, but for real, though, it's about the money.
Well, the money going to be nice, you know what I'm saying? The money going to be nice for sure. But, you know, like you said, I'm not doing it full time. I'm only doing it part time. So, the money will come sometime and sometime it won't. Yeah. But, you know.
I did, you know, what Mel talked about, too. I thought about, like, you know, just about the economy we're in. Like, how would that be? Like, you know, was it, you know, more houses being sold or less houses being sold? But when I bought my house, the realtor was telling me, like, yeah, people are buying them now more than ever because I guess of, you know, the price dips.
Yeah.
stuff
They
like
went
that.
down.
And
Yeah.
you know, once you've had your house on the market for 4 or 5 months, it's like, no, let's just sell. Okay, I got an offer. Go. You got it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's cool, man. The real estate game is definitely something that's, you know, a good thing to get into. Like I said, it's a lot to learn, but you know, with time, you know what I'm saying? I'll be where I need to be with it. So I got people in my corner that's, you know, like I said, that's knowledgeable and gonna help me out. So I'm looking forward to, you know, doing some things with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, Mel, you need to get on board next, man. You already took the course.
Yeah,
You
I
just
already,
waiting on
I already
state
took
test.
the course. I just got to take my state test.
Yeah, and then when he get his thing going, he gonna probably come over there with me, and then who knows, man, what we do,
You gonna take
what we do in the future together.
Form?
Oh, we talked about it earlier, man. Give me them glasses.
And we
know what I'm saying?
we do favor. All I have to do is give you my ID.
I know, and then we,
Hey,
It'll
take it
work.
yeah, it will. It already worked for y'all.
Yeah,
You know?
but what Millhouse 3 Media got coming in our closing? We got Let's Be Real About It, the dating podcast with DA. That should be dropping within a month or so. Either the end of this month or the beginning of next month. That should be dropping. We have one with Eggy. He already have his introduction episode out, and he's already recorded his first episode where he interviewed me.
You want to talk about them, the TV show?
Them? I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, we'll
And
talk
I
about it
don't
next
think anybody
Cause
saw it
y'all
yet.
wanna
the
watch
next
it.
time.
I'm gonna go
check it
watch
out.
it.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch it, and then we can round table it on the next episode.
And that's 2 weeks. Well, that'll be a little while from now, and then all the episodes on it, so that can be binge watched.
gives up time to watch it.
Yeah.
And to give us a chance to watch Invincible that Eggy said was invisible.
He's invisible today.
Yeah. Where you at?
In the episode. Yeah, so hey, Invincible, like Eggy was saying, even though he mispronounced it, it's good. So we can round table that.
Yeah, we'll get on that. I heard it was good too, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have something to talk about next time. I'm gonna try and check it out.
So as usual, you know, thanks for tuning in with us. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Go check us out on all platforms. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and any other podcast outlet. Drop us a comment on IG on the Uncensored Mics. Peace. We out.